shares, I think, a bit.
Which one should I look at?
So,
Should I turn?
you sound like a pro already. Which camera am I looking at?
If we brought this in here, like this.
Yeah, you could maybe two in one, and then you can adjust.
You
There
and
you
I
go.
can go on this one.
All right.
Yeah, there you go.
Will
Okay.
the microphone be able to pick me up from over here?
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this mic. Hey, Richard's going to test your sound here in a second.
Okay, he's coming in.
Let me export this to a PDF. Actually, can I have you guys record over here, and let's go through.
Go one by one. Yeah.
Hey, Richard, do you want us to do sound test first?
Yes.
Oh, there you are. I thought you were in the back. Yes.
Yeah.
Anybody need any water or anything?
You two will need to,
So,
either you use that and you share with him, or you
Okay.
share with him.
I
Either
can
way,
share.
just make sure that you're close to the microphone, but still try to keep yourself in the shot as we're going through the process.
Yeah, the boom is in her face, so that's
okay.
why I don't know if we can do that. See, this guy's a pro. Look at this. He's coming with the down
There you
angle.
go.
What do you think?
All right, but you're gonna have to
you
again.
You have to
could,
get up close.
you guys
Do you wanna
could,
turn
like,
from-
you'd,
Yeah,
From under?
you can come
Mateo,
around.
right? Mateo?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mateo, you could come around the corner just a little bit and then move everything
That?
Yeah,
Watch
that
the
way.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're not constrained there.
Yeah. And then that way you
That
guys
work?
can
That
scoot
work?
down a little.
Yeah, maybe you can come this way, yeah.
Yeah, and then the mic is like this. Maybe. Hey, Mateo. See how that looks over here? Yeah, I don't even see the mic right now. Oh, perfect. You know, it's a little bit in.
Should we
That's nice.
move it
Yeah.
over a little bit?
Yeah, there you go.
Well, are we gonna be close enough to it?
Yeah. If you just project.
Yeah, just have to project, yeah.
And it also,
And
it
let
picks
me-
up pretty well.
So let me go
So
slide
pretty
back.
Where
into
do you
the-
want Darren and I mean, this is mostly
So-
about them. Do you want us out until we're in?
Well, I'm going to start
Looks
with
like
the
he's
two
actually
of
on a
you. So
podcast.
maybe the two of you want to be down here with
We just
Mateo.
kinda
We'll
look
grab
like
this
we're
Sitting
mic
hungry.
as we
behind
need
them.
it.
Yeah, sitting behind them, and I can get more chairs.
There's some
There's
chairs.
two chairs.
But I do want to start by recording. I want you to read this, and if you feel comfortable
Them?
reading it, the two
Oh,
of
the
you,
two of us,
Darren
okay.
and
Okay.
Marco. I'm getting
Here,
Mateo
I've
and
got an
Marco. Because I think it might be nice to have your voices as the ad, basically, right? What do you think?
Yeah.
Yes.
Easiest thing.
Oh,
Jump up,
Something
Okay.
broke.
and we switch chairs
Is that good?
so that we don't have to
So
roll
should
one
we
chair
get
around.
out of it while
Okay.
Marco's
You
talking?
sit on this one, Marcus.
No,
sits
no,
over
no. I'm gonna be with you.
Oh, you sit
Apparently,
here.
I'll be
There goes
like,
the, there goes the.
yeah.
Like that.
I love
We can
this.
just
So
do that.
can
Like,
you guys both put Darren and?
I've
Marco,
never been
can you-
taller than you.
You want to have us on the mics?
Oh, you can do it from there if you want. I have the script right here.
Oh,
I just
okay.
thought it'd be
I'm right
easier.
that way.
Slide right behind you here.
So that you.
Yeah, let's try.
So what I was thinking,
How's that?
We got this.
yeah, what I was thinking is you could read a paragraph. This is right off your website. So, you know, we specialize in the middle school years, and you can read that paragraph, and then you could say, to find out more, go to SBMS, I think, .org. And then, do you want to read one? as
Sure.
well, Marco? So then you read the second, the second one for more, and then you can read so you can read the first and the.
I don't mind.
And is that okay with, as communications director, right?
Yeah.
Director? Make sure.
We create our own time. We don't want-
I just want to.
Jeremiah, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
You can, okay, good.
And we're going to record these really short commercials.
Go ahead and record the first commercial on mic one there.
Got it.
I'll count you down in 3, 2, 1.
We're an independent day school for grades 6 through 9. For more than 40 years, since our founding in 1976, we've been setting the pace with an advanced academic curriculum. We specialize in this age group as the transition to adolescence is when the foundation is solidified for our child's self-esteem, self-confidence, and sense of personal responsibility. You can find out more on our website, www.sbms.org.
Beautiful. That's awesome. One take. Richard, did you hear me whisper website?
No, but stand by just one moment, please.
You get really tongue-tied when you drive, when you're doing that.
I think when I come in, I'm like trying to move my jaw because most of the times I haven't talked all day, and
You got to do the drama thing.
There's all these tricks for your mouth, like to work out your mouth, but I
haven't done this for years.
Okay, that's good, that's
You
good.
did
Is it good?
You did great.
Cool.
Okay, do you want to do the third
I'll
one
do the
as
third
well?
one.
So, do you want to say we specialize in middle school years, or no? Just read this. What's better for you?
Well, we can, and then I can do.
And then read the paragraph and then the website.
Sure.
Okay. I'll count you down.
Stand by one moment, please.
Can I put this in full screen?
It's also super awkward watching yourself on the TV in front of you.
All right, stand by in 3, 2, 1.
We specialize in the middle school years. Our graduates are compassionate leaders, problem solvers, and global thinkers. Most of our alumni say that SPMS was their most. I need to start again. Sorry.
All right, no problem. 3, 2, 1.
We specialize in the middle school years. Our graduates are compassionate leaders, problem solvers, and global thinkers. Most of our alumni say that SPMS was their most formative, positive, and powerful educational experience. We challenge students to develop life skills in all areas with the stability of a safe and nurturing community. Leadership, self-advocacy, creative problem solving, compassion for others, and global awareness are just a few of the traits that distinguish our graduates.
All right, stand by.
Do you want to just drop in the website?
His laughing made me laugh.
Ready for what?
The third commercial?
That was, oh yeah, almost.
That's
We
Marco.
gotta switch.
Why doesn't Marco do a website?
Marco's gonna do
a
one,
website
right?
Are you
drop.
sure? Or do you want to just keep going?
Well, he can, Richard,
Continuity?
Do you want me to do a website drop?
we forgot to add the, tag it with the website, but you could take it from the first one, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay, we're good. Yep.
Oh, you're in the hot seat now.
Oh boy.
Mateo, it's scary when you stare just like straight at the camera.
Thank
You
you.
just
Pull down all your.
Say that again?
Adam
Names
and
of the boy and the girl on the screen.
Adam is the boy, and Ara, A-R-A.
Adam and Ara. Okay. Adam, pull that microphone down just a little bit more towards you, just for a moment. I want to see how it looks on the screen.
I think are you?
Oh, are you talking?
I think you're talking about.
Yeah, that's Mateo.
Oh.
Yeah. Pull it down.
No, Adam
Adam.
Pull it down, Adam. More.
or Ara.
Yeah, I think he's talking about your microphone.
I
Pull,
did.
pull it down towards the floor.
I did.
No.
Oh.
I thought it was in the shot earlier. Is it above you or below you?
Below.
Oh, you moved it. Okay, you moved it. I didn't know you moved it. All right, never mind. Leave it right where it was.
Should I remind him?
No.
Out of the shot.
Right where it is. Okay, are we ready for the commercial?
We ready?
Mm.
You ready?
Wait,
Fast
wait.
action and answer for you.
Oh my
Yeah, right.
days.
So we're-
Oh my
so
days.
This is the top, of the opening, and then you read this one, and then tag it with, to find out more, visit us at. Yeah, hold on one second. Let me get the link for you too. We're ready, ready?
think
You
so.
ready, Marco?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
We're ready.
In 3, 2, 1.
We specialize in the middle school years. Our unique diamond program sets the stage for the magic to happen. Serving approximately 175 kids, our educational environment facilitates. Facilitates.
Do it again.
Can you start again?
All right, pick it up and we'll start from the top again in 3, 2, 1.
We specialize in the middle school years. Our unique diamond program sets the stage for the magic to happen. Serving approximately 175 students, our educational environment facilitates academic achievement while also bolstering all aspects of a child's well-being. Our diamond curriculum has 4 main components: academics, outdoor education, creative arts and sports, and community. It is designed to fortify the intellectual, physical, social, and emotional vitality of the whole child. You can find out more at www.sbms.org.
Woo,
Good job, Marco.
Sweet.
Good job, Marco.
All right.
The natural.
Natural.
Okay, let's do it, Richard. Let's do this thing.
Hit the lemon.
My circus chair. Hi, my name's
Did you guys hear that?
No.
He wants a 3, 2, 1 count from each person to make sure that he can pick you up okay with the mic.
Adam, you first.
3, 2, 1.
Aura, you next.
3, 2, 1.
And is it Mateo?
Yeah. 3, 2, 1.
And Mr. Higgins.
3, 2, 1.
All right, I think we're all set to go.
Okay, but I am actually starting with the gentleman here.
I understand.
So you need a sound check from them where they're sitting?
They're gonna need to move closer. If you're gonna start with them, then they need to be.
So why don't we, Adam,
right,
can
I'm
you let
pretty close.
Mateo sit there? I mean, Marco sit there? And then you're good, I think you're
I'm
good,
right close, yeah.
Darren.
Am I good right here? Can you hear me? Great,
Good.
thank you very much. I tend to project. Adams, go ahead and sit. He can hear me.
Yeah, I can hear it. And then,
Shouldn't have
is it,
farted.
Darren?
Yeah. You hear me?
All right, very good. Okay, excellent. I had my screen slightly blocked. Okay, we're all good to go then.
All right, I just want to check your last name, Marco. Andrade?
Andrade.
Andrade. Ooh, that sounds cool.
And just make sure that between you, Darren, and Mateo, you move the microphone. You've got it in a very good position for you right now, Darren. Mateo, probably you're fine also, but it wouldn't hurt if you were going to speak.
If we are introducing ourselves, no last names.
Is that good?
Okay?
No last names.
All right, I'm ready. You just give me the word that you're ready to go, Jeremiah.
Okay. Andrade.
Yep, Andrade.
Andrade. All right, I'm ready.
In
Wait, actually, hold on, sorry. Come in the mouth.
3, 2, 1, you're live.
Welcome to the show. We got a full studio here today. I like this. I don't think we've had a full studio since before COVID. This is nice to have some company here. Let me introduce my very special guests today. They are from the Santa Barbara Middle School here in Santa Barbara. My niece, actually, a little funny story here. My niece went to Santa Barbara Middle School a few years ago. Ella Higgins.
Ella Higgins.
Ella Higgins. Did you know her?
Well, I did, and I taught her, and she happens to be really good friends with my son, who also went to middle school.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Shout out to Ella and AJ right there.
and yeah, and Ella loved that school. I mean, you guys do so much great things there, not only in the community like we're going to talk about today, but all these bike trips and, just like I've got 3 of the Santa Barbara Middle School's students here today. Also, Aura, Mateo, and Adam. Welcome, guys.
Thank you.
Good to have
Hello.
you here. But you were a part of the program that Lucky Penny and let me do that again, Richard. I had to find I need the correct pronunciation. Let's pick it up right after I introduce their names.
All right, stand by.
Sorry, give me a second. I want to make sure I say it correctly. Career Studies Week, right?
Mhm.
Career Studies Week.
Mhm.
You guys look so good
All
over
right,
there.
Pick it up from you. You were talking about you are part of the program. Okay?
Yes, got it.
Stand by.
Should repeat that or just
2, 1.
you guys are all part of the program Career Studies Week. It's back for the first time since the pandemic, and local businesses and nonprofits from all over Santa Barbara joined in to support the city's future leaders. Do you know that they're calling you future leaders of the city? That's a good title. Acme Hospitality, your good friends at Acme, partnered with the Santa Barbara Middle School for 8th grade Career Studies Week. And again, in studio here, I've got 3 of Santa Barbara, the city's next leaders, in the hot seat today. We also have Marco Andrade. He's a Spanish instructor, music Songfest. I want to know what that is, and a trip staff up at the Santa Barbara Middle School. And Darren Brews, communications director and the development team. Let me start with you, Darren, if I could, because you're new to Santa Barbara
I
from
am.
South Africa. Well, South Africa originally, right?
Correct. South Africa originally.
You came to Santa Barbara in 2022 when your family decided to relocate from Allentown, Pennsylvania. I can't ever read that Allentown without hearing the song
So
by
thinking
Bruce
of the song,
Springsteen,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Is-
That was the first thing I Googled when we moved to
Yeah.
Pennsylvania was that song. Yeah.
You didn't say, I want to move somewhere where
It was-
Bruce Springsteen wrote a song?
Right.
Well, it was not really a song that endears you to,
No, it
to
doesn't, right?
Allentown either.
No.
But no, yes, we came from Allentown. Before that, we were expats as a family. We've been overseas for many, many, many years.
You're born and raised in South Africa.
Born and raised in South Africa. I left when I was around 28 years old, and haven't lived there since, but still my heart is South Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you go home often?
As often as I can. Through the pandemic, it was tough to get home,
travel,
although
yeah.
I did spend some time there in the last year or so.
It's tough to travel now at any time.
Yeah.
Do you guys think his accent's as cool as I do?
Yeah.
You completed your master's degree in integrated strategic marketing through London Metropolitan University way back in 2014. And we're recently the director of marketing and communications for, help me pronounce this, is it Monte Chiara
Mont Chiara International School,
oh.
yeah.
in Malaysia?
Yep.
Wow, what an interesting life. Tell us a little bit about your journey to Santa Barbara, to the United States. Well, from Allentown to Santa Barbara.
Well, it was very driven by my wife, who doesn't like the snow very much.
Mhm.
So Allentown, we spent one winter in Allentown, and she was, this is enough. And she managed to get a position out here at another school, and we decided to make the move. We got persuaded. We visited Santa Barbara. It was a beautiful place, and we couldn't say no. And I happened to stumble across the job at Santa Barbara Middle School, which was very fortuitous at the time, and the timing was just correct, and it worked out that I got the position. It's very fortunate. We're very lucky to be in that position, and we're very lucky to be in Santa Barbara.
And your son, I know Dylan is a big Lakers fan. So are you getting him to enough games, or do they pay you enough at Santa Barbara Middle School to take him to a Laker
Wow.
game? Those seats are crazy.
I'll not answer that one. But, but no, we haven't been to a game yet, but we are going to one over the winter break now. Life has been a little hectic since we moved here 4.5 months ago. So we haven't managed to get down to LA for a game, but we do plan on going to at least one, maybe two over the winter break.
Yeah, great. Have any of you been to a Laker game?
No.
No? No, nobody in this
Not
room?
Lakers fans.
Oh, well, okay.
Oh.
Here
So
we
that's
go.
enough.
Here we
go.
Whether or not you're a fan of the Lakers or not, I'm a Clippers fan. So but a Lakers game, there's nothing like a Lakers game in that stadium. It's crazy. It's like a show. It really is a show, from the beginning to the end. So it's a good experience, at least to experience. He's mad. You hate the Lakers, don't you, Adam? Well, tell me about the Career Studies Week program, Darren.
Well, I mean, I've only been here for 4.5 months, and so I'm just getting to grips with the Career Studies Week myself. So please correct me if I
Jump
I
in,
say
Marco. I'm going to
anything,
introduce you here in a
that
second.
is
No,
not
actually, this is
correct.
part of his onboarding, actually.
Yeah,
is to see if he
training on
gets-
air.
Yeah, to see if he gets it right.
No
on air
pressure.
now.
But-
No pressure, Darren.
So from my one-term experience of this so far, I mean, it's an awesome kind of scaffolded program, starting in 6th grade and going all the way to 9th. And every year has something unique and different added to it. Obviously, these guys have not been fortunate enough to get the entire picture of it because of COVID in the last couple of years. But generally, 6th graders through and then culminating in 8th grade, they start their career studies in that year, actually in businesses and working and getting to know what real life is like out there, rather than just paying lip service to it in classrooms. And then moving on from that into 9th grade, they actually go into more of a service side of things, and they volunteer at nonprofits throughout. They actually find their own volunteer organizations throughout Santa Barbara, and they start their community service hours, their high school community service hours, and that ends. They'll leave 9th grade with, I think, somewhere between 50 and 60 community service hours, which is what they need to graduate high school.
I
which is
love
pretty
this
cool.
idea, this
Yeah.
program, because I felt like in high school, and middle school, I really didn't learn much that I can remember that I took with me, except for the social side.
Yeah.
And I think it's so great to come out with a skill set, or at least a taste of what the world's going to be like, right?
Well, Marco is living proof that the Career Studies Week works. And he worked at a restaurant, right? Is that Marco?
Well, actually,
Or something along those lines.
yeah, I went to Santa Barbara Middle School all the way back in 1981 and 82 and 83. And, you know, the program was actually started because our campus was at the Unitarian Church on Santa Barbara Street, right here on Santa Barbara Street. And we wanted to have, conferences. And it turns out that week, Star King, who we also shared the property with, they're a co-op preschool there, they were having their annual rummage sale that week, and they actually needed the Santa Barbara Middle School, which is only 62 students at that time, to vacate the premises for a week. And so we had to scramble to find something to do. And so in essence, the idea of getting them out in the community and having them actually get into jobs was born there, and it's grown up since there. I went to work at the Santa Barbara Tennis Club, and I showed up there, and the first thing they had me doing was washing courts up and down, 12 courts. The great coach Larry that was there just gave me the hose and said, I really want you to make sure these courts look good. I didn't like that. I found that out. I was able to take that with me. Cleaning courts was not for me. But at lunchtime, I got to go in and work in the snack bar with Ian. And that was fun. It was vibrant. It was dynamic. There was a lot going on. Members were coming, they were ordering hot dogs and this and that and the other. And to my, 7th grade brain, that was like, oh, I like this. This is fun. That led to a lot of restaurant work through high school and college, always having a little
What
bit
were
of.
some of the restaurants that you worked at?
Mainly, I worked at DJ's. Shout out to DJ's, early Goleta days out there, Swenson's Hamburgers, and then the Country Meat Market is where I spent many, many years and on and off summers doing a lot of catering with them, which actually led me to a job at Santa Barbara Middle School, because at the time they were looking for somebody to run their lunch program, and I've been there ever since. So I have a direct connection to this program, and now I'm fortunate enough to kind of turn these new students on to what it is going on. And I kind of foisted upon you guys, right? It was like I showed up one day. They were used to having me as a Spanish teacher last year, and then they all of a sudden had me come in and say, guess what, you guys, you're going to go have a job for a week. It was kind of like that, right? It was a little fast.
I think it's pretty cool.
Have
it's
any
pretty
of you
fun.
been working before? Adam, had you worked before this?
Not at a real job, no.
No, just for mowing lawns or
Yeah,
doing
things
stuff
like
like that.
that.
Handy. How about you, Ara?
I hadn't. I'd done, little working things like babysitting, but not anything actually
They're
significant.
real, like Acme Hospitality. Those are really great. You were at Lucky Penny, right, Ara?
Yes.
Yeah, those are great businesses. What you, Mateo?
No, not
Nothing?
really either. But my aunt owned a business called Pets Pal, and I would often go and help her walk dogs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are jobs. Those are all jobs, but nothing like a brick and mortar business that this is a first opportunity. Marco, my first job was, maybe one of my first jobs in junior high was cleaning out goat pens. You guys ever smelled a goat pen?
No, thank you.
I will trade you Santa
Yeah.
Barbara Tennis Club anytime.
Fair. Very fair.
Yeah, that was a horrible job up in Idaho. My first, junior high for me, I went to 11 schools in 12 years, so we moved quite a bit. But junior high, I went to La Cumbra Junior High, and I remember walking in the halls. I didn't know anybody. I don't know what state we came from, maybe Alaska. And at that time, and I was so nervous. The halls are big, it's like brand new. It's not elementary school, right? I mean, it's lockers and it's quarters and bells ringing and new people. And Marco, I know that you were nervous when you entered 7th grade. You said, little did I know that ahead of me would be a lifetime of new adventures, friends, and community at the Santa Barbara Middle School. Santa Barbara Middle School is so well known as just a really good school. Do you guys feel that way being students there? I mean, I've interviewed so many chefs and people that have come back that have really made it big, and they went to Santa Barbara Middle School, and they just go on and on about it. And Adam, what are some of the things that you've learned there that you'll think you'll take with you? I know it's
Well,
hard to reflect at the moment,
Yeah.
but if you've gone home and said, you know, that was pretty cool today.
Well, we take life skills at our school, and it's not just about puberty, things like that. We actually get to learn about real things that we'll get to use out in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I've really learned a lot of social aspects in that class, which have really helped me outside of school.
Like what?
How to deal with friendships and relationships that in ways that maybe you wouldn't have learned anywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Like they dive really deeper into those kinds of things.
Yeah.
So you get to learn more important and not just random things about the topics.
Yeah, it's their life skills all the way around, right? And sometimes we don't know how to deal with social interactions or new friends. And so that I know that Ella, my niece who went there, has said that she really learned development of her personality and how to interact and how to deal with different situations socially with people. So I've heard that before. That's good. How about you,
I think,
Ara?
Santa Barbara Middle School's sense of community is just far superior to most other schools, just because I have a lot of family members that have gone there and still have friends that are their best friends from 30 years ago. And so I think just the friends you make in the community around you, learn so much just from all the people around you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a good point. Taya, what will you take with you?
Well, like what R was saying, how it's like a small community. I like really getting to know the teachers and like asking them for help. I feel comfortable, and like in a big school, like it'd kind of be hard to like go to their office hours or like try to make time to go see them with all the kids they have.
That what you just said is something I've never said. I wanted to get to know my teachers. You're right. It's like 30, 40 kids in a classroom, right? And you're just a number really, and then you're going to the next one and the next one. And I'm not putting down teachers at all. The schools are overcrowded, but I think that the advantage you have, and then actually you have a desire to meet and talk to the teachers and asked for help. I think that's really important.
I think that's one of the coolest things that I noticed when I moved over to Santa Barbara Middle School, and in comparison to other schools that we've been at, is that the students are really treated like adults.
Yeah.
And so even down to the fact that the students call all the teachers by their first names. I mean, most students don't even know what our last names are.
Well, what you're saying translated, the students are treated as adults. It's a respect for each one of you, right?
Yeah.
A respect,
I think
mutual
it's
respect.
super cool. It's
very cool.
It's a great environment to be in, even as an adult, as a teacher, or as a communications person coming in.
Is your model for the school? Do people, other schools reach out and hear about you and ask about the model? Is it a shared model? Is it borrowed from other schools? I mean, how does it? It would seem that this would be a model that other schools would want to be involved in because it works.
Well, I appreciate the question. I just want to say that, all the schools in Santa Barbara and the teachers and the communities here are working really hard at the same thing that we're working at.
I agree.
I think that we
take nothing away from anyone.
No, not to take anything away. I think we're all in those trenches, and I think what separates us is a couple of different things. Number one, we're the only standalone middle school here in town. That's all we want to focus on and specialize in is this age group. We believe that this is a really fertile time. This is a time where they're so open to ideas. So much growth and transitional growth is happening, emotionally and socially and physically and all those types of different things. So the program was designed to capitalize on all of that growth, and we have, a trip program that is second to none here in the United States of America for this age group. And that's largely because we started really humbly and we went for it. And we're kind of grandfathered in. It'd be hard to start some of the programs that we have nowadays. Like I'm going to go and take some kids and bike across from the Grand Canyon to Sedona, which we do regularly, like it's nobody's, like it's no big deal, because we've been doing it for so long. As far as a community of teachers and making sure that we stay connected to the other schools and the models and the sharing of how to improve on best practices, we try and do that at lots of different levels. And there has been quite a few, suggestions like, when are you going to start a high school over the course of 40 years? Hasn't happened yet, but that idea is out there. And there are people that think about it a lot and wonder about it, or even starting another middle school, say in Allentown, Pennsylvania. So you never know. We
Who's
want
going to start the school?
Yeah, that's right.
Who's volunteering?
I think that's where it is at. I think you talked about future leaders. We hope then that the growth and the future of the school will always rest in our students and our alums and our community as they grow up.
How does it, first of all, how does it make you feel to hear 3 future city leaders or world leaders here, which I have no doubt that you will become?
Mhm.
How does it make you feel to hear their experience and how they look at the school? I mean, Darren, you as a new, communications director to the school, fairly new to the school, you said 4 months, I think. And Marco, you were a student and now you're back. How does it make you feel to hear this?
I mean, I love it. I think it's, we use this word a lot, it's transformative, but it's not just transformative for these guys, it's also transformative for us. I did my first trip a couple of months back with these, so I got to experience my first trip with a lot of kids that are doing their first trip as well. And it really is a transformative experience, and I get where they're coming from in terms of how it really shows you what real life is like and how to overcome struggles and things like that. So I'm going through it with them at the moment. In a few years' time, I'll be in a different place, but just being new and experiencing all that with them, it really humbles me to see that happening and hear what's coming out of them. Not just these 3, but all the other students that I've had the privilege of working with over the last few months.
Are there big differences from when you grew up in South Africa? Is there middle school? Is that a term, or is that a
there is
group or an
now,
age?
I believe. It wasn't back when I was there. You had elementary and then high. You kind of went from one to the other. But we had those years. But it's a huge difference. I was not nearly as developed or like mentally ready as these guys are, as these students are to move into the real world. We never had these experiences. My life revolved around playing rugby and playing rugby. I mean that was it. That was my life. I didn't get these experiences that they're having, and I think it's phenomenal that they get to experience this. They get to have these job opportunities and all these these trips and things that I just never had as a kid growing up.
I think it's fair to say, just if I could throw it in there, because you threw a random question at these 3, and I truly believe that we happen to be here with these 3 right now, but most of our kids could be sitting in this seat and speak their own truth about about your question. And I actually was sitting here listening to you guys talk, kind of going, yeah, that's so awesome. They're just so they have ownership of what it is they're doing, and they also can articulate it, and I just think that that's wonderful.
Yeah, that really is. It really is. Because most of the times when I talk to even my niece, she doesn't say anything to me. So you guys are giving me some good, honest answers. I love it. This is really great. So Career Studies Week is back for the first time at the Santa Barbara Middle School since the pandemic, and local businesses and nonprofits from all over Santa Barbara joined together to support the city's future leaders here.
Those were my words, by the way.
Did you write that? I love it. And Acme Hospitality, they are everybody at Acme, all these restaurants are great friends of ours. I'm not sure, I forget who worked, I can find out real fast, who worked at, I think it was you, Adam. Did you work over at, La Paloma? Chef Jeremy's a friend of mine, and owner of all of Acme, Sherry Villanueva. And we actually did shows on each one of those restaurants for our fall restaurant series last year. So we're really familiar with them. I just love what Acme's doing and how involved in the community they are. Lucky Penny, Helena Avenue Bakery, La Paloma Cafe. We're in partnership with Santa Barbara Middle School and through the Santa Barbara Middle School's Career Studies Week.
A special shout out to Sherry Villanueva, who her kids, went to middle school. Hi, Sherry. And I remember when she started up with Acme and started down in the funk zone, and real pivotal in changing that place. So they've been partnering with us at Career Studies for a long time. Great to be back there.
Yeah, they're great. And Sherry's great. I
Yeah.
mean, I could go on and on about Sherry and what the things that she does. I don't know how she does it all, but she's got a really great team, and you guys were a part of that. So when we come back, we're going to get to know you a lot more, and I want to see what you learned, and you guys tell me all about yourself. So I've got in studio. Let me introduce everybody one more time. I've got Marco Andrade. He's a Spanish instructor, music, Songfest, and trip staff, and also Darren Brews, communications director in the development team from the Santa Barbara Middle School, and Ara. She worked at Lucky Penny. Mateo, he was at Helena Avenue Bakery, and Adam was at La Paloma. We'll be right back after this quick break, and we're going to get to know the future leaders of Santa Barbara and the world. For further information on Acme Hospitality, please visit acmehospitality.com. There you can find all their social media handles. You can follow them on Instagram, at Lucky Penny SB, at Helena Avenue Bakery, and at La Paloma SB. And for further information on the Santa Barbara Middle School, please visit sbms.org. We'll be right back. Cool. All right, I'll start with ladies first. I'm going to come back with you. All right, okay?
All good so far?
Yeah, what do you guys think?
I think it's great. I can't wait to hear from them.
So this is all about you.
Now it's
You're
you
on
guys.
out.
We're tired of talking now.
You're like, you
Yeah,
can hear
put that
about,
mic
you can hear
closer
from
to you.
them back in school.
Right?
We talk a lot.
Yeah.
No, that was good because I think we set it up nicely.
Sure.
And you guys were involved in that too.
Yeah,
So, and
absolutely.
you're, honestly, and you were genuine. I appreciate that.
Do you want us to stay in, or just have
It's really
the
up to
three?
you. I
the
mean, this
three
will
of them
be a
just want-
YouTube video tonight that you can share out there if you want to be on it, and put it out there.
I want to hear what they say.
Yeah, if you want
And
to.
maybe they got a
I
question
mean,
for us.
in shot.
Oh, yeah. I don't
You're
mind.
a little bit out, Darren. You might
I'm a
want to
little
move
bit out.
in.
I can move
Yeah,
in.
I don't want your face to be cut off.
Not only is this short, but it fully leans to the side. So
I wish we had green screens behind you guys. We do in the other state, in the other room, but
All right, I'm all set.
okay.
Here we go. 3, 2, 1. You're live.
Welcome back to the Jeremiah Show. We are talking with, we got a great special group of special guests in studio from the Santa Barbara Middle School. We have Marco Andrade, Spanish instructor, music, Songfest. You got to tell me what Songfest is before we leave, and trip staff. We also have Darren Brews. He is communication director and the development team at the Santa Barbara Middle School. But now we're going to turn it over to Ara, who was a part of Acme Hospitality, sponsored, I guess I should say, Career Studies Week. And Career Studies Week is a program basically that where the 8th grade students, such as yourselves, go to these businesses and actually work in positions. So Ara, let's start with you. You were at Lucky Penny.
It was.
What position were you hired as?
They kind of, starting off, just hire you as whatever you can help with. So I worked closely with a lot of people in there. I did less of what's called back of house, which is the cooking side of it. So I was more working at the register or at something called Expo. So kind of working more towards the customers.
Did you have so you were at Lucky Penny.
I
So
was.
what is Lucky Penny? What type of restaurant is that?
Lucky Penny is primarily pizza. That's kind of what they're known for. But it's all, I mean, I think the food is delicious.
Yeah.
It's a interesting style of dining, which I feel like hasn't been done a whole lot, where it's all outdoor dining and you go up to the counter and order, and it's kind of in between. It's not fine dining, but it's also not like fast necessarily, but it's a really cool in between.
Don't they wood fire their pizzas in
They
big
do,
ovens? Like
yes.
500 degrees plus?
I just spent some time staring back into that oven, just mesmerized by it, because it was like, I was a little scared, but also really intrigued.
Yeah, it's just amazing how, and they taste so good, don't they? Like,
Oh, yes.
I don't know how you put those in and then I'd be scared to get them back out. I know they have these long paddles, but did you have a particular trainer at Lucky Penny? A person that you want to
So
mention?
the two managers which were there were Rio and Katie, and they were both super helpful. And I worked with both of them on different days. All of the staff there's so nice and so helpful and welcoming. Um, but yeah, so Katie and Rio were kind of the main managers.
Yeah. Okay. And how was the business? This is the first business, like actual real business that's taking money and seeing customers. How did it feel to you as a new person, as a new employee? Did you feel welcome? Were you nervous? When you walk through that door and you see all I mean, they're busy. They're busy restaurants. You see all those people coming and going and asking for things. How did you feel? What was that first impression?
I felt very welcomed. I mean, of course, I was nervous because it was a new experience, but I felt very welcomed by everyone. Everyone was just so nice. And they really, the whole experience was really cool and interesting to learn about, um, you know, restaurants because I had never even been inside of like a real kitchen. And so it was really, really interesting and cool to meet all those people and, see their day-to-day work life.
Yeah. How do you, what did you learn? Like, what skills do you think you made? Was there any one particular skill you go, I'm going to use that at school, in my life, or in a future job, from the interview to the actual things that you learned? Are you going to take something with you?
Definitely. It was all super helpful for any job in the service industry later in life, which I really like now realize how important all those things are to know. So if I want a job in the service industry ever, all of those skills that I learned will be super helpful to me. Working at the register was definitely very fun. I got to communicate with the customers, learn how things behind the counter work, which is just totally different from when you're like ordering food. So it really like changes your perspective.
Did you get a newfound respect for the people that work in these busy restaurants, or at a register, at a POS system, point
Yeah.
of sale system?
One night I was working at what's called Expo, where you're kind of trying to communicate with everyone. You're communicating with the people who are taking the food out and the people who are making the food. And I was like, wow, you don't, when you're sitting at your table and you're eating your pizza, you just kind of don't realize how much goes on behind it and how much communication almost there is in the,
Especially at Expo.
yeah.
Expo is I've loved that they put you on Expo because it is in the restaurant business, I'm in the restaurant business. I've built over 200 restaurants. So that's what I do really besides this. So the Expo station, you're usually the one that's going, hey, I need this pizza. It's dragging. It's not, it's got 5 minutes. It's been over 5 minutes, and the table's asking about it, and you're looking and making sure that the ingredients are all right and the garnishes are right, and it's the same consistent one after another, and all those tickets are coming at you. Were you stressed at all?
There were some points where I was like, oh no, did I get the tickets to the right people and all that? But I think once kind of I got the hang of it, it was really fun. And it was a really, I was packing up all the pizzas and all that. And it was really interesting and fun to,
It
do
goes
it.
by so fast, doesn't it?
Yes.
It really goes by fast, your shift. I put a plea out there because the restaurant owners like Sherry and all over Santa Barbara and all across the world are all having trouble right now finding employees. One of the worst hit businesses through the COVID and the pandemic, these little independent restaurant owners, and they can't staff up a Monday lunch or a Tuesday dinner because there's just not enough staff and they can't find them. So would you go into this business? I don't know what you want to go into, you can tell me, but would you encourage others your age? I think it's the best job in college. You make hundreds of dollars a night for about 4 hours. You can make a lot of money and work 3 or 4 days a week, and it's the best job. So I'm putting a plea out there for people like you, people your age, to go into the hospitality business, work at a restaurant. You're going to meet the best people in your entire life. You'll be friends for life. But would you recommend?
Oh, definitely. And I think I even got an offer from one of the managers. They were like, when you're 16, you can come back. You already have some experience, so it'll be a lot easier to get a job with Lucky Penny because you already have some. And it was really fun. And I can imagine myself working, I mean, even within Acme, but also with not just doing that because it's a good way to spend your time.
You meet a lot
Yeah.
of fun people on both sides of the counter or the table.
Mhm.
Ara, I think you have a future career with Darren as a communications person.
Yeah,
You're very good at
good.
you're right,
Well
isn't she?
spoken, eh? Yeah.
Very well spoken. What do you really want to do? Do you have an idea yet?
I mean, it's still pretty early, so
No.
I'm not-
Decide right now, and that's all you're ever going to be.
We're gonna hold you to
By
it.
the way, you should change careers about 3 or 4 times. I recommend. I don't know if you guys would recommend that to your students.
Well, I
but-
started as a barman, so
Yeah,
there we go.
and it's hard to get to be a barman. That's where everybody wants to go. It takes a while to get there.
Well, I mean, I think, yeah, it's just experiencing things is really what I would like to do. So whether that's in hospitality or just in whatever, just, build up experiences.
Do you have something you're leaning towards that you really like? What do you like?
Wow, it's really early to
No.
decide,
You
but
like a lot of things.
yeah, I don't know. I think just trying different things in high school, college, and really landing on what I am passionate about, which doing this job, again, was just another experience that I can reflect on for
Mm-hmm.
different things.
It's great. Well, we got to take a commercial, Ara, but before I let you go, we're going to come back to you. I want to meet Adam and Mateo and hear about their experience, and then we'll come back. But if you could answer this for me, what was the best lesson that you learned, in one sentence, and what was the hardest lesson that you learned through those few days?
Best would probably be, I think, just learning how much goes on behind the scenes, because I just learned so much from so many people and learning about what happens that even you can't see. And maybe the hardest lesson was not everything goes perfectly all the time. Sometimes there's a mistake. Sometimes people can't always be happy, and so just figuring out how to make people happy with, by, I don't really know the right word, but
Yeah, whatever it takes.
collaborating
Yeah.
with them.
Good, very good. Career Studies Week is back. Santa Barbara Middle School. My special guest today in studio, Ara, Mateo, Adam, and Marco Andrade, Spanish instructor, music, Songfest, and trip staff, and Darren Brews, communications director on the development team at the Santa Barbara Middle School. We will be right back. We're going to talk with Adam. Come back to the Jeremiah Show. We are talking with the Santa Barbara Middle School Career Studies Week, future world leaders, really, right? Am I not putting too much pressure on you, am I? Teo, you look a little nervous. You can handle it. I know Ara can handle it. Adam, let's get to know you a little bit. Did you grow up in Santa Barbara?
No, actually, I moved here about 3 years ago from Telluride, Colorado.
Oh,
I
wow.
was living off and on there and in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm.
You guys were almost neighbors and you didn't even know it.
Yeah, except they were the
Same
year
state, at
before
least.
us. Yeah.
Yeah. Ira, I forgot to ask you, did you grow up in Santa Barbara?
I did.
You did? Okay. Adam, so what do you think of Santa Barbara? Was it hard for you? Was it culture shock or?
No, not really. I've lived and gotten to see a lot of different cultures. I actually really enjoy it here. It's super beautiful, and it's a big difference in the climate. Like in Philadelphia, there's a bunch of different climates. You don't really get to see one. Telluride, it's really snowy.
Yeah.
And then here, it's basically just sunny and beautiful all the time.
It is, isn't it? I know.
Yeah.
I was talking to someone today that's up in Spokane, Washington, and they were talking about this 3 feet of snow on the ground, and they're tired of winter, and it just started. And I thought, and then they ask, what's it like there? I feel guilty. Do you feel guilty to tell people how great it is here?
Not really, because most people that I know actually enjoy the snow. Like for instance, my dad, he's a big backcountry skier, so he's always so jealous when he sees like feet of snow in one
Mhm.
night. He always wants to get out there. He's actually out skiing right now
Yeah.
as we speak.
Did
So-
your dad always love like the wilderness more than a city, like in the outdoors?
No, not particularly. He did love skiing, but he's lived in Philadelphia most of his life as well.
Okay, so big
Suburbs,
city,
but
yeah.
not mainly in the city.
Yeah.
But still, he really enjoys the community and social aspects.
Do you
He's
miss your
very
friends
social.
from the city?
Yeah, I still am in touch with them. Not so much the ones from Telluride, but I still get to talk to them once in a while. And we've gone back and visit most of those places a couple times. So
Are you yourself, you seem to me that you're very interested in people and travel, and do you read a lot? Are you
I
a,
actually don't read that much.
no? You're just a
Surprisingly.
smart guy? Because you seem like a really like worldly wise guy. You know, like you got a good grasp on life already.
Thanks.
So you worked at La Paloma
Yeah.
for Chef Jeremy. How was that?
It was great. I got to see a lot of different aspects of Acme Hospitality.
What did you do for them?
I did a lot of different things. I started off as hosting. Selena really helped me out with that. I got to learn about Resi, which is an app that they use for reservations and table numbers and everything.
That's pretty complicated system. Did you like it?
Yeah, I actually enjoyed it a lot. It was probably my favorite part.
What did you like about it?
I don't know. Mostly just getting to meet the people that come in there for dinner and then getting to like sit them down and everything. It was really cool.
So how long were you there for? I mean, all of you answered this, I think, Ara, but were you there like 5 days, 7 days?
Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday. So not a long time there to learn the whole business, but you definitely, I'm sure, picked up some skills that you love Resi. That's a great system. When you were there those 5 days, were all 5 days like incoming, like I'm just gonna pay attention to what I'm being taught, or did you start to feel comfortable and then think, I got a couple ideas for him?
Well, I did start to get more and more comfortable as the days went on. The first day wasn't it was obviously challenging, but it wasn't I wasn't too worried about it. I got to learn a lot, like how to set tables during pre-shift, and then I got to talk with the general manager and managers and the chef and all the workers there. I got to meet a lot of the waiters.
So what does a general manager do?
General manager, he kind of manages the restaurant itself and the ordering food and like making sure financial things are in line, things like that. And then the manager kind of almost do what waiters and support people would do, and they kind of just help around the restaurant and then also help the general manager. Yeah.
How about the chef? Did you get to spend time with Chef Jeremy?
I didn't. I got to talk to him for a little while, but I didn't really do one-on-one time with him. I was mainly in the front
In
of
the
house
dining
stuff.
room?
Yeah.
Did you observe the kitchen at all?
When
What
I
did you
would be
think about
like,
their
let's say
kitchen?
I was filling water or something for a table, I did get to watch what was going on in there. I didn't actually get to do anything in the kitchen, but it was cool to see what was happening.
Which position do you think you would like the most if you were like if you went back and applied, where would you like to work?
Well, I definitely enjoyed hosting, and then I didn't get to see the full side of waiting and serving, but I did get to shadow two waiter servers named Dante and Miles. So it was cool to shadow
Those
them.
guys. I like how you have all the terminology down already. Shadow, and you know what a general manager does. I'm actually pretty impressed by that. Very, very cool. What you said you like hosting. What did you like about that? To me, that expo and hosting are the two most important jobs in the restaurant, but they're the least trained usually.
Yeah.
And I don't want to hear from you if you're the chef or the general manager. Don't call me, don't email me. Hosts and your expo control the flow. They control the revenue, how many people you let in, if you seat. Did you learn any lessons like you got a 4 top and you put a 2 on there? What happens?
Not really. I didn't learn specifics like that, but I
Well,
did learn
let's
like
put it
table
this way.
numbers.
If you go in and you have dinner there, you're spending $45, $50. So is your date, so is your friends. They're all going to spend a certain amount of money. It's called a per person average.
Oh yes,
if
I
you
did
put-
learn about this
You
actually.
did?
Yeah.
So if you put a 2 people on a 4 top, what happens? And it's how long are they there for usually in your
About
experience?
an hour and a half.
Okay, so that table is tied up for an hour and a half, and it's meant for 4, but you put 2. What do you lose?
Revenue.
Yeah, look at this. You guys are leaders. I love it. You learned a lot in 5 days. That's very, I think I've had some staff that have worked for me for 10 years and didn't learn that much. What did you dislike about the restaurant business without, I don't want you to badmouth anybody, but what did you personally not like that you had to do?
Well, it is there's a lot going on, so
Yeah.
it's very challenging. Art, his full name's Arturo. He does support, and it was great to shadow him and everything. I most likely wouldn't enjoy support that much.
Mhm.
It's because it is very challenging. That's not the reason, but there is so much going on, and you can you're basically just getting told what to do all the time. You don't really get to do what you would like to do and
Mhm.
be social with the customers and everything. It
You're
is
supporting everybody, your staff,
yeah.
right? Yeah.
You get to be very social with the staff, but not really with the customers. And I like being social, so that's one thing that I wouldn't enjoy.
Is that why you like being a host
Yeah,
and running the front
probably.
stand? Yeah,
Mhm.
because you're running, I mean, but that is very complicated. How many people did you have? Were you quoting accurate wait times and all things like that? Did you have a lot of people in front of you? Did anybody get angry and say, "Where's my table?"
No, luckily that didn't happen with me. I only got to sit like myself about probably 10 tables without the other person, without my shadow person watching me. Like let's say they were seating somebody and I was just standing at the front waiting and then somebody walked up, I was allowed to go and seat somebody, so I enjoyed that. I never really had a problem with any of the customers, which was pretty lucky. But I only did hosting for half a day anyway, so I didn't get to experience the full side of the spectrum. But
What was the most stressful moment for you?
ooh, I actually surprisingly didn't have very
No
many
stress?
stressful moments. I kind of, because I wasn't doing the full part of every job, I didn't have the stress, like the normal job stress. I kind of could just flow and follow along. And if like somebody was let's say the person I was shadowing had to go do something that I couldn't do, like maybe carry an alcoholic drink from the bar to a table, I could maybe be standing there and then somebody else would come up to me and ask me if I needed to do anything.
Hmm.
So I also learned a lot of cool skills. Like I learned how to do certain folds with napkins.
Cool.
Yeah, so I taught my parents how to do that,
Nice.
which is actually more fun than it sounds.
No, it is fun. The skills you're about to list, I'm sure, are in hospitality, right? Barman, host, at the POS, serving, busing. You use all those skills. I always tell everybody, you're going to use those the rest of your life at dinner parties. You're going to be able to, hey, let's fold up these cool napkins and right for
Yeah.
your friends.
Mhm.
What else did you learn? Skills.
I got to observe the bar. I didn't actually get to go behind it because technically that's illegal, but I got to observe what happens behind there, and it's a lot harder than it looks.
Those guys are master mixologists. Those guys that work that bar, they
Mhm.
really know their stuff.
Jorge was the one person I was mainly shadowing that day. It was, I think, my last day on Friday
Hmm.
that I did that. No, Thursday. Yeah. And I enjoyed doing that as well. He let me make my own drink after most people had left.
Yeah, non-alcoholic, right?
Yeah.
We have to throw that disclaimer in there for you. Where, like, was there a piece of advice or
Mm,
anything that you're like, I'm gonna remember that, or
well,
something that
my
you,
general manager, Derek Clune, taught me a lot of things about the restaurant business, and I really enjoyed getting to talk to him as well. I got to see what he does on a day-to-day basis, and then also I kind of got to see how much goes into that kind of job and what he has to deal with every day.
Mhm.
He gave me a lot of pieces of advice, so it would be really hard to pick one. Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's good that you got a lot of advice,
Mhm.
things that they'll come up as you need them, hopefully through life. Do you like this program?
Yeah.
Why did you go into this program?
Well, I wouldn't say we exactly had a choice.
Oh.
Um,
Adam's always honest. That's what I love about him.
we got to choose a kind of what you could say like a category. So food, retail, animals, education, and then we would rank those on things that we would like to do the most. And then we could suggest places that we would like to work at. But Marco over here and a lot of other people did most of the work, and they called certain jobs, they got us into those jobs, made sure that the hours would work, everything. So yeah,
Do you think you would work in the hospitality business, or what do you want to
definitely.
do?
I wouldn't see myself, I'm gonna be completely honest, doing it when I'm older, like really old, but high school, college, I would totally love to work
Great
at
money.
Acme.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
So what's
you
really
continue to
old?
lose skill.
Let's just be clear. Really old is like 28.
Well, I don't recommend. Well, no, I'm not gonna say that. All right, we're gonna come back. Mateo, man, you've been so patient over there. Should we say we're saving the best for last? Don't tell them. We'll be right back with Mateo, and we're gonna find out what he learned at Helena Avenue Bakery, and we're talking to future leaders from Santa Barbara Middle School Career Week. Acme Hospitality sponsored this year, acmehospitality.com, and follow them on Instagram. You can go to acmehospitality.com and find all the social handles. And for more information on the Santa Barbara Middle School, please visit sbms.org. We will be right back. Okay. You guys almost ready?
Guys are a
Is
little
it for
late, so
you?
you want to
Yeah.
text your folks if
Yeah.
you've got your
Oh,
phone?
is it after it's 4:07?
Just tell them that you're still in.
Like what, 4:30 probably?
For another
No,
10.
we can probably be wrapping in 10 minutes or so.
10 minutes.
minutes.
Do you have the
And she
address?
can come in and sit at
Yeah,
in the
We'll be
couch.
giving
she's
it.
parked this side.
Is the front door still open, Richard? For one of the mothers, Mateo's mom.
It's okay.
Really quickly, Mateo's mom also, her business hosted one of the students.
What is her business?
You want to tell him?
Or do you want to tell us on?
So my mom does sort of like a mommy and me class,
It's called.
Yellowbird Music, and Yellowbird Music, and she works with basically babies and toddlers.
Oh,
And
my mom does
their
that
stuff.
too. Well, not with music though.
Yeah.
Oh, we should connect them
Uh-huh.
because my mom's looking for. She does takes care of toddlers. And
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yellowbird Music. It's over.
Yellowbird Music,
Yeah,
okay.
right on Delavina, where Marty's
Cool.
Pizza used to be.
oh, cool.
Mm.
Yeah, whatever. I like Marty's. All right, we're ready. Final segment, guys. Welcome back to the Jeremiah Show. Mateo was at Helena Avenue Bakery. We're talking to the Santa Barbara Middle School. Ara, Adam, Mateo, Darren, Mark, everybody's here in the studio today with us. Mateo, tell me about your experience. What is Helena Avenue Bakery?
All right. So basically, it's like it's a bakery. We serve everything from like dishes such as like, well, I like all our dishes since like our avocado toast isn't just avocado toast. It's like avocado toast with like, I don't know, they just like make something special to it. It's just not like plain.
Yeah.
Like if you go to
Well,
something else.
The bread's baked there, right? There's
Yeah,
probably,
they
I don't
make
know what they put on
homemade
it, but I've seen it.
bread's really
It
good.
looks good. All
Yeah.
like olive oil probably on the bread and
all this
pepper
stuff is
and
really good.
salt. Yeah. Did you try everything at Helena Avenue?
Well, what I liked is after the day was done, I got to take home all the pastry, or I got to take home most of the pastries that weren't sold because
And did you get to eat all of those or did you share?
well, most of my friends that were working in the area, we'd go meet up at some place, and then it was cool because they got to try all different types of my the place that I was working from, all the pastries, bunch of different types. It's fun.
Do you like, it sounds like you like restaurants and
Uh-huh.
food. And are you like, would you consider yourself a foodie?
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
I like going to different restaurants and stuff. And
What's the craziest thing you've ever had?
craziest thing I ever had. That's a hard one. I don't know.
What are
Well,
some of your favorite
just-
restaurants besides Helena Avenue Bakery and all of the Acme Hospitality restaurants?
Well, right now, just this weekend, we went to Las Vegas and we went to all you could eat sushi, which was really good.
Did you go out there just for all you can eat sushi to Las
Um,
Vegas?
No.
Well, what position did you try? Were you in all the positions as well at
Um,
Helena Avenue?
Yeah, I basically just did whatever, like, I'd serve people their food, like, sometimes make coffees. Yeah, sometimes I made some stuff in the bakery or in the back. I'd like help make Pop-Tarts,
Oh,
which was really
wow.
cool.
You actually got to work in the kitchen.
I got to work in the kitchen. And then
Did you
I-
like that?
yeah, it was fun.
Well, being a foodie, do you ever consider like going in being becoming a chef one day, or?
I think that would be cool. It's like my dad cooks like really good meals. I
And-
like to help him sometimes make the food.
And your mom is she's a musician, or she's
Mhm.
in the music business in a way.
Yeah.
What's her business?
Yelber Music, and
Yellow Bird Music.
yeah.
That's a good name.
she helps. She like starts kids at a young age.
Hmm.
She helps them she gets them into music. And then when they're like older, like it goes from like babies to toddlers. Then maybe when they like reach like 5, 6, they come back, take piano lessons, ukulele.
You said it right. Nobody ever says it right.
Then
Your mom wouldn't let you get away with it if you
no.
said it wrong, huh?
And she even has I forget what it's called.
Like a accordion kind
Yeah,
of thing?
accordion
Yeah.
lessons, which is really cool, and voice lessons.
So do you play a musical instrument,
I
or?
play the piano.
Oh, wow.
Uh-huh.
Did you go through that as your mom's son?
Yeah.
She took you through what she
Yeah.
takes the other kids
Uh-huh.
through? That's
She's
very
like-
cool, though.
Mhm.
Did you like learning music? I know that's off topic from Helena Avenue Bakery, but did you like learning music at a young age?
I think it's cool because like I'd always like to listen to like my songs. Like I'd watch Star Wars and then I'd go in and say, "Can you please teach me how to play like this Star Wars theme song?" And she'd be like that, and then I'd be constantly playing it at home until my mom would be like, "Turn that off."
You have an artistic mind, don't you?
Huh?
Yeah, like you like music, you like food and the way it's put together.
Mhm.
That's very, very good quality. The Helena Avenue Bakery, you are in this program at the Santa Barbara Middle School, and I think it's such an incredible program that you guys go through. Did you want to go work at Helena Avenue Bakery,
Well,
or were you nervous?
my first day, actually, I haven't heard it. Like, I got assigned that place because I put down food first, and I was like curious about it. I'd never heard about it first, so first thing I did was search it up. Then I saw the food they made, which looked really good. Then I came in first day at 7 o'clock, and I met all the workers.
Oh, you had the early job.
Yeah, I
Like
had
you
the
guys
early-
probably got to go in later, right? Adam and Art. Yeah.
I worked from 7 to 12, and then
Early shift.
That's
yeah,
right.
it was, yeah, like there was like rushes, like bunch of people came in on Friday. I remember it was probably our busiest day that I worked. Then usually it was more busy in the morning than the afternoon.
Do you want to work?
Yeah,
All of you guys, do you want to work?
yeah, I really like making money.
Yeah.
I'm
They were not paid.
I know you were paid. I saw that. I was going to put the disclaimer out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
But in general, did this give you, all of you, did this give you a kind of a peek into like a desire to want to go into a working profession, at least to make some extra money?
I thought this would be like from this experience, I really like working with food now. Like it's just fun. I like to talk to the customers, like just like serve people their stuff and like have them go like, whoa, like
Hmm.
their expression when I deliver the food. They're like, oh my God, this looks so good or whatever. And it's like,
Such an honor to be
Uh-huh.
able to feed people, right? See, I
Yeah.
told you it was going to be my dinger that went off, if anybody. Everybody else turned off their phone except for the host. That's great. But it's a really it's a big honor it's very cool that someone allows you, they come and see you and they sit down and you get to serve them and feed them. It's an honor. It's not a bad thing to serve someone. And I think we should all serve each other, right? And then to feed them, they're taking in food that you prepared. It's a great thing to do. Is that your favorite part of
Yeah,
what you went through?
and the hardest part for me was bringing out the coffee, like 'cause my hand shakes so much without spilling it. I'd bring it out.
On a tray or
Yeah.
just, yeah.
I'd bring it out on a tray, sometimes just one coffee at a time or like two coffees. It was like hard. My
We
hand-
come back and I'll teach you how to hold 5
Uh,
plates in one hand and
That's what
coffee.
they taught me
and
one time.
oh,
too.
did you learn that?
Uh-huh. It's hard. You like
Did you
put
do it?
one plate. I practiced, but I don't think I was ready yet. No.
So I wanted to ask here, we've got a, thank you, Mateo. Thank you so much for sharing your experience. And all three of you are, and Adam, we've got to wrap it up here. But I wanted to kind of leave with a couple questions. I was looking up, I always hear that we're short-staffed, that nobody wants to work anymore. No one's going out and getting jobs, right, of your age. And I hear that, but I've never sat down with three people your age and talked to you about that. And I was looking at their statistics. Here we are in math class now. 16 the percentage of teenagers 16 to 19 who are enrolled in school and working in the United States dropped from 26% to 17% in the last 35 years. Why do you guys think that is? Do you talk to your friends about working, or do they not want to work? Are you guys doing different things? Like,
Well,
what's happening?
Well, something I heard from COVID, like a bunch of people stopped working because like you get those like home checks or something. I don't
Mhm.
know what they're really called.
Stimulus
Yeah,
checks?
stimulus checks. And like
Did you get one?
no,
Did you get one, Adam? No?
but like
I
people
didn't get
stopped
one either.
working probably because they're actually really good checks because my aunt's friend she doesn't work at all.
Don't give out her name.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
and she actually got a house just like with the stimulus check. I
Wow.
was like
Breaking news.
big,
Breaking
like, it was
news.
like a full acre.
So you think there's more reasons not to work, to go to work. But I talked to the three of you. You guys are entrepreneurial. You're you're learning. You want to learn and you want to get out there and work. Do you? Am I putting words in? Yeah,
Yeah.
you all want to work. It seems like.
My sister, she works and to make money, and I think my friends also are interested in getting jobs and just being able to make money, and invest that kind
Yeah.
of towards your future or use it whenever. But I'm interested in working during high school, because I think it's a really good opportunity.
Yeah. Do you feel like your friends, your peers think that way as well? Or do you hear,
I
are there
think-
reasons why people aren't working like they used to?
I think we're also given a lot,
Yeah.
and we don't realize how hard it is to earn certain things.
So it's
So
easier
we
to
go
say.
into we get older, and we don't realize how it's hard to earn what you need to live, and you're always given so much at such a little age that you don't really know that for sure.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, if the three of you are any indication about the future, I'm feeling pretty good. Future leaders, like they said, and I read it here, someone said it. Would you rather be an influencer or have a real job, quote unquote? I'm just joking. You don't have to. He's like, depends on how much it pays. You can answer that though, Aura. I didn't mean to cut you off. You had a question, Darren, that you wanted to ask about the hours. You work 25 hours, right?
Mhm.
Required in this program, and then it goes to what's the next step?
Yeah, they have, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, keep going.
25 hours is what we asked of them, and that's what they asked of the businesses. And so all the businesses that, step forward, Acme, of course, and all the others, Blenders in the Grass and Bicycle Bob's and all these wonderful businesses, just really want to thank them and put out a lot of gratitude for that. The reason for that is because they're technically still in school, but their teachers are involved in parent-teacher conferences that whole week, where we actually are bringing each student in for a half hour, their favorite thing in the world, to sit down with all of their teachers, 5 different
Which
teachers.
one do you like better, doing radio shows or sitting down?
Right? So 5 different teachers and their parents, every junior high kid's favorite thing to do, and evaluate and go over, their academics and where they're at there. But the rest of that week, we need to engage them. And so the 6th and 7th grade are engaged all over the community as a whole, doing lots of learning about jobs, lots of interviews, working on resumes and how to put that together. They went to the harbor. They went and visited Marburg to learn about, recycling and waste management. There was all kinds. They worked with the Bucket Brigade. Did some work at Elings Park. 8th graders, we put them into jobs, participating, places of business that'll take them for 25 hours that week. And then our 9th graders, they work in nonprofits like Heritage House and Friendship Manor and other places where they can actually spend some time working with these businesses that really are doing some amazing work. And they're actually shooting for, like Darren said, 50 to 60 hours throughout the year. So 25 hours during this week, right before Thanksgiving, which is when they worked. And
That's
then the 9th graders will continue working at those places through the year.
So you guys recommend this program?
Yeah.
Yeah, you liked it? You enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Well, it was so nice to meet all of you. It
Thank
really
you.
was. It was,
Nice to
it
meet
was
you too.
great. Do you want to say any final words to your friends, to your family? Do you want to have anybody follow you or put out your social stuff or any contact or no?
I actually have 0 social media. So.
I like you, Adam. Adam's cool. No social media. That's good. All right, guys, any other final words besides a thank you to all the people that participated? And
Yeah, just a big shout out to Acme for hosting these 3 young future leaders during the career studies weeks, career service week.
Career Studies Week, and the other.
I'm getting tongue-tied now.
I know, I
And
had
there's
to look at it every time.
and the over 100 other businesses in town that took all of our students on. It was really, really something else.
Thank you to all of you who did that. Everybody who's listening. For further information on Acme Hospitality, please visit them at acmehospitality.com. And for the Santa Barbara Middle School, please visit sbms.org. I want to thank Marco and Darren and Ara and Mateo and Adam. Thank you guys all so much for coming in. Communicate, but listen more and evolve. Have a great week.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. You did it. You
Awesome.
can run.
Good job,
Run,
guys.
run.
Great.
Yeah,
Really well.
Yeah, you guys are really good.
Thank you.
Anytime you want to come back and talk about anything.
Actually, I want to take you up on that idea and really kind of flesh that out. The more time these guys can spend, in this type of environment,
We wanna do
talking
a
about.
radio internship. There's
Yeah.
a lot we do.
Well, not only
That'd be
that,
awesome.
but also you can see they are full of
Right, and
thoughts and perspectives and ideas. I would love to get them
Very small.
in this
Thank you.
situation.
Oh, yeah,
Thank
you
you
can
so
take,
much.
yeah, you
Thank
can get out.
you.
Thank you
Thank
guys.
you. Nice to
So
meet you.
the podcast will be up tonight.
Okay.
The video will be up tonight.
And you cut out all the little bits where we're not talking. anymore,
No,
right?
no, they leave it all there.
No, we leave it. We keep it kind of raw, but there wasn't anything we said that was.
Well,
But it will start when we
part
start
when
the
they
show.
ads.
No, that won't be there. But I did record you in a nice shot. I'll send it to you. You
No,
can do
I'm just
whatever you
talking
want.
about the said stuff by Brian. I don't want him to hear it.
When
When we were on an ad break,
she said,
just that he wanted that part in.
"Oh yeah. Shoot, I don't have a way to edit that.
Well, doesn't it get cut out because you have ads going in at the same time?
Not on the YouTube channel. Not for the video. It's out of the air.
Oh, it's out of the
Yeah, it won't be on radio.
Okay.
No, none of that stuff you say. But on the video, I'm just not a video editor.
No,
I don't know
that's
how to edit that stuff out. I usually just tell everybody it's going to run
Okay.
from when we start. I'll see if I can do it though. I'll find it. See if I can. But Richard might be able to leave it out or something. But that's okay. You were mentioning everyone.
I don't want it to feel like I had a bag of Mark has a. Let me just get that one.
But that's okay. Last fall, it's Christmas, it was so hot. I
Somebody
really
leave a
didn't
backpack
enjoy
with you?
it that
It's mine.
much.
Yeah, it would.
Because it was so hot, I
It
didn't
gets
feel like
warm
it.
in here, that's for sure. And then it's classic, you have the air conditioning on because now that's gonna be on the air, right?
What's that?
It's the classic where you have the hot studio, but you can
Oh,
have air
yeah.
conditioning because it bleeds into
Because
the
you hear
mics.
it, yeah. And actually, we could have probably opened the door because nobody's here, but a lot of times people are coming through. Sometimes you can hear the radio program in the back. It was, I think it's gonna come out sound-wise really nice.
You mind opening that door for me? And I'm
Sure.
just gonna
Good
back,
luck. Thank you.
back it out.
Thank you, nice to meet you, Darren.
Thank you, Darren.
We'll be in touch.
Absolutely. Look forward to it.
See if you can bleep that a little bit out.
I will, on the video. It's already gone on radio podcast, but video, right? You mean, yeah. You're welcome. Thank you. Sure. Let me check, period. Sorry, I was doing a radio show, just got off air. Did you need to see him or did you see him? Question mark. Hey, Fred. Chef Javier just texted me and asked if you were in Cabo, question mark. I'm not sure if he saw you or if he was hoping to see you. Hi, I could come in tomorrow at 12, that would work. Hi, Sheila. I will check with Fred right now. Did you need to meet with him or did he see you? I'm just curious. use it since I've been out for 3 months. But anyway, it's coming. And if you feel like you're over, you know, money in your pocket eventually.
What's that?
Or money in your pocket.
Eventually it will be, but I'm good.
It'll be nice and fat one. Kids are cute, and there were some good answers in there. And then I did the chef on here, another chef that bread and combo. I was there. I was there. So I was out at my house right now. And so we get this combo. Or we could wait for each party to start. Wow. Oh, it's funny. You want the purple quality?